go. There we go. Good morning. Good morning. Got to hear all the beep, 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 beeps. Yeah. So welcome, everybody. And my name is Mary Jane Tracy, psychic medium, spiritual love of life coach, and the deliverer of the cosmos. And telling you what the 411, I was going to say 911 of the energies. I don't know. Is it a 911 day? Ooh, so it is. There we go. Let's see if it'll let me do welcome again on. There we go. Sometimes on Periscope, it won't. It filters through and it looks like spam. Weird. So come on in. And yeah, 911. It's crazy. The energies yesterday was crazy. Really brought in a lot of splits in the collective and a lot of rifts here and there. You might have felt, oh, look at I got my cacao in my mouth. I thought I'd take it off. Okay. Like, all right, look at it. It's like I'm looking into a mirror right now. On the energies of what's going on. Holy crap. I'm kind of, it was a crazy day in my house yesterday. There was a lot of disruptions. Got your lippy on. Yeah, I got some. I can get more. There you go. Gets a little brighter. Crazy energies. I mean, even in, I feel this collective is even more split in watching just some of the news and the information that's coming through and listening to a lot of the sort of the information that's coming through. And it's kind of interesting, with everything. And I feel with the energies that are coming, I mean, Venus is stationary. So I feel like, that's the last planet sort of retrograde. And then for 6 planets retrograde right now. And it's a big deal. This is like a karmic moment. And the moon and the sun are reversed. So the sun is in Cancer and the moon is in Leo. And I feel like it's truly hard. It's where revealing a lot of energy that is split, and things that are split within not only the collective, but I think sometimes even in your own life where there are splits. Maybe there's been something that's been sitting there brewing for a while, and it's just finally erupted in some way, in some format. And a lot of things are in the South Node, so into that old karmic area and having to get released, and especially in Sagittarius, that's fire. So it's going to come up in a very fiery type of intensity, for energies to come in. And even with political, there's a lot more political around the world and a lot more split that's happening. And Neptune went forward in November of last year. So it's gone forward. So now he's in retrograde. So we're going to see a lot of repeat because he is the media, and a lot of repeat, but only heightened now with that. And both sides I feel like there's a lot of both sides like screwing each other, I think both sides are screwed. I think even within Canada, it doesn't matter who the hell you vote in. It doesn't matter who the hell gets in. They're all assholes. And it's, even though it feels like they're trying to do something for you, but everybody has their own agenda. It's not an agenda for the collective. And we're finding that. But I feel what we have to start doing, and I've been saying this, is focus on your own locality, focus on you, focus on what is going on in your life and what needs to be adjusted or readjusted, what needs to be done for you. And because there is a heightened right now, of a lot of, well, especially if you see it, you see it in the States, but you see it also happening in Europe in different areas, is separatism. That feeling and everything being separated. And, they're showing me, how if anybody's milked a cow and you wait till the cream comes to the top and then you scoop that cream off, right? It is that energy of, separation and a lot of misinformation that's coming out there. And people have to go in and really listen to their intuition, listen to their own intuitiveness, to discover what is happening in their life, what is working and what is not working. And it's great to go on, and it's wonderful to take up a cause, but also find out why you're doing the cause, right? And it's going into, and because not all leaders that are with a cause that is positive are true to what that cause is. They have another agenda. So we have to really, look at our own selves and look at what is happening in our own world and what feels right for us. And if there is something there that we want to look into, we need to investigate. We need to find out what is their ulterior agenda. Because you will find that not only in political, but you're going to find it within your own life and with people around you. They have their own agenda. They have their own, and the thing is, it might look, or they might look wonderful and nice, but there's an ulterior energy that is coming in that you have to trust your gut with. And you have to trust, even though it might be a little bit rough, even though it might not, it's going to ruffle some feathers and ruffle other people up because they're not liking that you're not going along with what they're saying or what they want to do. But this is you stepping into your power and looking at and getting the clarity. It's like I got the King of Swords this morning in our Instagram reading. And the King of Swords is about clarity. He knows what he wants. It is going and taking that movement in going forward with what you know to be true to you. And that, it could be very seeming ruthless in the remarks or what you have to say. And it might sound hurtful, but it is something that may need to be said in order for truth to be heard. And a lot of times people don't want to hear the whole truth or don't want to go, or they want to bury their head in a sand dune. That's what they're showing me, burying your head in a sand dune, and not want to hear what's being said and be, I guess, ignorant about it. So I feel this is, this focus on what is important, and how to deal with this in your environment. What is this in your environment? What is the wounds that are in your environment, and what is it that you need to work on around you? And we're finding that, especially with Neptune, God bless Neptune, and, when he went forward in November 2019, it's like being that energy of opening things up, right? So now he's retrograding back over all of that, retrograding over all of that craziness. So we're going to find that there's going to be a replay of the December and January energies coming in. And with other heightened crazy energies, and with Pluto retrograde, right? This is extreme fated moments. And it's looking at where we need to make adjustments, where you feel off, and making adjustments. Sometimes it's like, when if I'm doing my satnams or Kundalini or whatever I'm doing, sometimes there's different breath works and you have to make an adjustment in your body. And sometimes it doesn't feel, it's like, oh, okay, I have to sit up straight. I have to, do a neck lock, and make sure, have my eyes 9/10 closed, or have my eyes focused at the third eye, whatever it is. Sometimes those aren't very comfortable positions, but I know when I do them and I go through it, the outcome that comes through it brings me in and turns into that beauty in life. And that's with Venus going forward. So there's a beauty in it. And there's Venus is turning on the beauty in life and want to feel good. Like she's been going through, like she's a morning star now. She wants to feel good, man. She wants to embrace the energies because she's been in hell. So she wants to come in, and we have gone through a lot of different things within our own lives. So this is coming into, with her going forward, new ways of doing things, new relationships, new money. This is a new phase. This is finding unity. And sometimes when you are looking at both sides or looking at things that are around you, she just wants a spa day after being in hell. Yes, she does. This is where you have to look at, and sometimes it's totally biased. And this is where we have to look at making your happiness, and look at what's holding you back. What is that holding you back? What is that? You have to face the blocks, identify if it's real or not, and if it's true to you or not. Because there is going to be more crazy and more drama, but we want good drama. We don't want the crazy bad drama. We want to have the goodness. We want to feel good. We want to have that. The star came out today. And the star, is part, comes out after the star, follows the tower. I mean, we've had a lot of loss of stability and feeling abandoning, transformation, moving into the unknown. But there is this star that's coming in, that's bringing us this creativity, that's bringing us, and the star, when, I received it today in the reading, was, I was thinking of Venus, because now she's a morning star. Even though she's a planet, we call her a star because she's so bright. And it indicates us to look into the good balance of creativity, of work, of soulful aspirations, while pointing towards new pleasurable interludes and experiences ahead. Looking at the good things, coming into the good, fun stuff of summer. Somebody mentioned, or maybe it was on the radio, I heard that cinemas are opening up. I don't know if I want to go to a cinema or not, but they're opening up. So, I mean, maybe you want to go out to the movies. Maybe this is time for you to go and connect maybe more in nature and get out there and bask in this expansive energy that is there for us. We can step into it or we don't step into it. It's our choice. It's your choice what you do and what if you're going to do it or not. I think there's going to be a lot more craziness that we are going to see. There's going to be a lot more nuttiness, and I don't think the thing in Seattle is going to end well. If it, because I watched it and then I saw some craziness happen, so I stopped watching it. Where the thing is, and people have to understand, I know my lovely little spiritual people out there, my little fairies of love and light and all of this coolness, is that not everybody is love and light. Not everybody is in that way of thinking. There is Sorry, my battery's going to die here on the computer. There is a energy within everyone that is that we do have those feelings of anger and frustrations, and there is that within us. And we have to understand that and respect that, because there are people in our world that are not enlightened, are not, they have an idea, and it's a great idea, but they like throw their fucking idea out there to see if it sticks. And this is where Saturn and Capricorn come in and saying, okay, so now what? You want that? What are you going to do with that? How does that look? It's like, if you're going to start, say, a commune, the number one thing I want to know is like, fine, do we have running water? Do I have a bathroom? Is there medical? Is there medical? Is there a place? Is there going to be a doctor or a nurse or somebody knowing things? Right? What kind of stuff are we going to have on there? Healing work. Or spiritual people who don't do their own healing work. Exactly. They give the best advice. This is where we have to look at things. It's like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Or even when we are locally looking at voting, or looking at where are we putting our energy? Is that what we want to go for? Or are we looking for something else? When the thing is that when you look at different protests that are happening right now, you have to also step back and look at who is all in charge there. The concept is wonderful, and the concept's beautiful. It's not the first time certain concepts have come up for us to protest, for us to march, because things do have to change there for us as humanity to come together. But there's always going to be an undercurrent of someone trying to bring in their own agenda. And we have to be aware of that. You have to be aware of what is going on, both internally, and if it's not feeling right, then you have to take a step back, because our world and what you have can change in an instant. You didn't think that there would ever be in your lifetime a lockdown. You never thought that the whole economy would collapse like it was in the Depression. These are things that we have to be aware of and start to not just take advantage of, but to really come into the concept of bringing in our knowledge, bringing in an education, and even looking into investigating. Are they all up there? Because I know a few of them, and with my own investigation, with some of the things that are going on, some of them are Marxists. Is that what we want as a country coming forth? Maybe not so much in Canada, but sure hell would make a difference if that was south of the border. To have a huge country. And I've said this, you got to watch, because who you thought was your friend, who you thought was beside you, may not be. Other people might have an agenda. And the thing is that they're going to come out looking pretty and nice and filled with sparkles. But are they? This is when you have to tune in. This is when you have to look into yourself. Look at what you're facing. Maybe there's blocks that are there that you have to identify if it's real. Or is it not? This is where we want to start to really dive in and really look into our own selves, How are you working with your own spirituality? Today I started my Kundalini meditation, 40 days. And man, it's one of the ones that I kind of avoid. It's Ekangad, Satnam, Satnam, city, guru name. Sorry, I can't say it all, but it's the Ekangad one. And doing the Ekangad one is real. It's really working through your chakras. It's coming through that. And I've done it before, but I've never lasted the 40 days because it gets to a point and it's a lot of releasing comes out of that. And sometimes when a lot of releasing is coming out, you're just like, what the fuck? I don't want to be doing this. I run the other way, even though the cleansing and healing is fabulous, right? And now I feel like, no, this is a dedication I know I have to do. This is a dedication I know I have to do for myself. And that's the thing, is that doing a dedication that you know you have to do for yourself. And sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes it makes you look at parts of yourself you don't want to look at. Sometimes it's like, oh, I thought this person was my friend, was an ally, but I don't feel it because an awareness comes in and your alignment comes different. And when that happens, you have to trust because spirit is guiding you. When you are in your alignment, when your mind and God's mind are one, when your mind and God's mind are one, that is lesson 6 in the Journey Club. It's the mindfuck one. When I mindfuck you and I tell you this is what, when you are out there searching all over the place, but you got to come into that center. You got to come into where you are and start working from the root up, allowing for that energy to come up and flow through you. And trust in it. Last night I did a Durga prayer, and it was absolutely fabulous. And working with Durga is a very well, she's another Kali, but she's one that does a lot of clearing and a lot of love and bringing in that love. So I did her prayer and did the prayer to Durga. And I did it with my grandson yesterday because there was a lot of craziness that happened in my house yesterday. And I wanted to bring in some calmness. And after we did the prayer, we cuddled and we did the prayer last night. He fell asleep like that. It was so, I'm just like, wow. He didn't understand every word that we're saying. I was reading it like a story. But brought in some peace, brought in that, trying to bring in that contentment, that love for him. And knowing that that's important and bringing in that protection. So I'll post the Durga prayer up there because it is a prayer of protection. And working with Durga, you got to have respect for her. She is a very powerful goddess. She comes in with the lion. She comes in with the bull. She comes in with power. She has 10 arms, right? So she's working in all the realms. So she comes in with this energy. And she is one of those beautiful aspects of the god. She's one of those beautiful goddesses that brings in many aspects of the goddesses. So working with her was just like, wow, that's something that I know I have to get into. And then my mind starts going, it's like, okay, you know what? I need to find, if I can't find a statue of her, I'm going to find a picture. I got to put my picture of the Durga up. I got to, this is starting to bring in that goddess energy. Because the goddess energy wants us to come down and wants to ground us, wants us to go. Because Venus, the goddess of the sky, is wanting us to find beauty in life, wanting us to feel good, wanting us to go to the spa, right, Candace? After going through hell. So this is what we need to start coming in to in order to make the change and the transformation happen. Sending you guys out so much love. allowing yourself to sit and rest in quiet solitude, peering out into the cosmos, allowing yourself to take a breath and relax today. Allow yourself into a position, a new position, and a role in this world, and come within your heart to find your glimmer of hope in all that you do and all that you say and all that you be. Allow your light to always shine. May the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you. Receive, receive, receive. Receive the love. Receive the tranquility. Bring in peace and joy and harmony and bliss. Bless you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you for following me. Readings are pick a price. They're still on pick a price. They're for the ones online only. I will probably, going forward, most of my readings here in my house are going to be online. If you want to have and see me in person, then I will be at Blessed Circle in a couple weeks in Saturday. Not this weekend. Oh, that's the other thing. Friday and Saturday, I probably will not have Coffee Corner. I'll be in Manville. I'll try and do maybe a little Instagramming in that for you from Manville. So I'll be out in Manville. It's going to be a busy 26 hours for me. And just sending you so much peace and love and joy out there in the world. And what else is going on? Divination class starts tonight. So if you want to begin some divination work and working more with the goddess energies and the tarot and all of that fun stuff, come and join me tonight. It's $88. It's all recorded and there for you. So surround yourself with love and joy. Woo! And know that you're made of stardust and that you're boundless particles of the cosmic wave. Blessings, everybody. Bye-bye.